Striker Scorpion 82 is now sponsored by Warhammer Combat Cards, a card battle game featuring your favourite Citadel miniatures from the 40k universe. Build your army decks, dominate opponents in player versus player action, collect and upgrade cards to fit your strategy, improve their power and unlock unique traits. Choose from all 40k factions, take part in campaigns based on iconic 40k battles, rise to the top of the leaderboard and win glory. Free to download and play, link is in the video description below or on the channel homepage, and by using the unique link it helps support the channel. Thanks and enjoy the game. Right, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. Season 8 continues. Two Imperial forces will collide across this terrain. A revamped Blood Angels army will take on the Adeptus Mechanicus. Alright, so welcome to this 2,000 points game. Admech versus Blood Angels here. So two Imperial forces are about to go head to head. A revamped Blood Angels list here, some brand new units being added in, a brand new character to introduce here as well. So we're going to run through this list and we'll see how well they can perform against this Adeptus Mechanicus force. So the structure for this list then, I've gone for double battalion here just to try and increase the number of command points. So 13 command points is Battle Forged, and then -1 command point because I have played Death Visions of Sanguinius on the captain, so down to 12 command points in total. So there's 5 HQs here for the Blood Angels to fulfill these two battalions. Captain first of all, Lazarus, Dawnhammer, Thunderhammer and Storm Shield for him. Death Visions of Sanguinius, and then the Warlord trait, Gift of Foresight as well. It's going to increase his Feel No Pain to a 5+. Giving him the relic, the Angel's Wing, so you can reroll charges and no Overwatch allowed against him as well. And then a new character and model being introduced here. It's Lieutenant Abraham. I've given him the Age of Sigmar wings as well. It's a lieutenant. Given him a power fist, and then with the last few points for this list, I've given him a plasma pistol as well. So these two working together, granting reroll 1s to the hit roll for shooting and for close combat, and then reroll 1s for wound rolls for shooting and for close combat as well. Then I may as well run through the front HQs just here. So Sanguinary Priest model, but I'm going to use it as Brother Cabulo, paying the points for that named character. Then I've taken a standard chaplain here. Litanies for him is Litanies of Hate as standard. That's his on a 3+. He's going to grant rerolls to units nearby in close combat. Then Catechism of Fire, that will help give +1 to the wound roll for attacks for friendly units. Mantra of Strength, that's just a buff to improve him. It increases his weapon to +1 damage. +1 strength gives him an extra attack as well. And the last one, Invocation of Destruction granted to him as well. So there's 4 options that he can call upon just to help grant some buffs and bonuses to these different Blood Angels units. And then the 5th HQ is the Librarian Dreadnought here, 2 psychic powers, quickening, and Wings of Sanguinius granted to him. And obviously he'll know the Smite psychic power as well. For troops choices, to make up the 2 battalions, 3 squads of scouts. This unit here, unit of 5 with bolters and a heavy bolter, unit of 5 all with bolters, and then this front squad with bolt pistols and combat weapons. Then 3 more units of troops. It's intercessors here. These are the new models I've been working on. All with bolt rifles. In each squad of 5, there is also a grenade launcher as well, just to provide small boots on the ground, a bit more resilience for the infantry as well, for this Blood Angels army. On to elites choices. 5 Thunderhammer Terminators here, all with Thunderhammers and Storm Shields. And then the Death Company have made a return. It's been a long time since we've seen them. Unit of 8, 4 of them armed with bolt pistols and chain swords, 2 of them armed with power swords and bolt pistols, and then the last 2 equipped with Thunder Hammers. And then finally, the controversial choice perhaps is Storm Raven gunships. We'll see how well they can survive against all that AdMech firepower. They're both configured exactly the same. Each one has 2 Hurricane bolters, twin las cannon, twin multi-melter, and then the rockets for each of those as well. Their firepower can be deadly, but if they're brought down, it will cut down the firepower that this Blood Angels army has and cut down on their mobility as well. Perhaps the Achilles heel for the Blood Angels, or it could be their strength here in this game. We'll see. That's the list here for this Blood Angels force. Following the same pattern as last season, battle reports are split now on YouTube and then over on the Plus channel as well. So if you want to follow all of the battle reports, then check out the Plus channel to see those other games. So I mentioned the patrons here: Marcus Anthony, Paul Cook, Alex Steelwar and Nicholas Lucas. They're the ones supporting at gold level. You can check out the end credits for those supporting at silver level as well, and then special thanks also to those supporting at bronze. All the proceeds on the Striking Scorpion 82 Patreon page go to my local Wargames club. I've set that up just to help them out as they create new and exciting terrain projects for our games. That's the Blood Angels list. Aaron Allen will take command of the AdMech once again. We'll take a look now and see what the AdMech have in their list. Alright, so Adeptus Mechanicus here. This is a large force. It's grown in size, especially after Chapter approved 2019. Aaron Allen will take command. He led them to victory in the previous game, smashing the tower. So take command of them again and see if he can bring the Blood Angels down. Again, it's double battalion. Battle forward, so 13 command points drops to 11. He's going to go for a Servitor Maniple here for some special rules for these, and then Enhanced Bionics has been played as well to push their invuln save up to a 5+, so down to 11 command points in total. So we'll work through the 2 battalions here. You're going to need 2 lots of 2 HQs and then 6 troops to fulfill that, and then some other fast attacking elites and so on to add in as well. So Belisarius Call, first of all, the first HQ. Then there's a Tech Priest. Dominus here has got the Omniscient Axe, the Macro Stubber, and the Eradication Ray. He's the Warlord. Master of Biosplicing is his Warlord trait, and then he has the Omniscient Mask relic as well, just to grant some rerolls in close combat. Then for troops choices, it's a unit of Cataphron Destroyers here, unit of 6, a large enough unit, heavy arc rifles and arc claws for them, and then boasting a 5+ invuln save now with the Enhanced Bionics stratagem being used. That's 1 unit of troops. Then 2 sniper teams here, that's Skitarii Rangers, unit of 5 with 2 transonic arquebus sniper weapons, sniper rifles, and then across here 3 galvanic rifles. Second squad is exactly the same. That fulfills the 1st battalion, and then the 2nd battalion. So 2 units of rangers, all with galvanic rifles. Squad leader's got an arc maul and arc pistol, and then 2 members from each squad here have arc rifles as well. So a little bit of anti-tank there with those weapons. And the 3rd troops choice here, it's a unit of 8 Vanguard, and they are armed with the radium carbines. 2 of them are armed with the plasma calivers. So that's all the troops choices. There's a unit of 4 servitors just here. So the way this Servitor Maniple can work, the Tech Priest Dominus needs to be within 6 inches of these. It also needs to be within 6 inches of the servitors as well, and what you can do is you can sacrifice one of these and then restore D3 wounds onto them, or if one of them has been slain, all the wounds have been previously restored, you can slay one of these and then resurrect one of the destroyers. It's a good fun formation too. It's taken from one of the Vigilus books. Then across here for elites choices, a unit of infiltrators with their flechette blasters and taser goads, unit of 10, and then a unit of 10 ruststalkers with cold claws and transonic razors for them as well. Then for fast attack, it's 2 dragoons, just separate units here with their taser lances. Then some firepower along the back line. It's Onager Dune crawlers with their Icarus arrays for each of those. And then finally, it's a super heavy auxiliary detachment, an Imperial Knight Errant with Reaper Chainsword, Thermal Cannon, Heavy Stubber, and then the rocket pod on top as well. That's the list here of the AdMech. It's vast in size here. But the Blood Angels have revamped here with their force, so we'll see how well they cope with this AdMech army. We'll go on to scenario and deployment next for this fight. Okay, so we have a mission here. It's been randomised. We've gone to chapter approved 2017 this time. Eternal War, it's Ascension here. So there are 3 objectives on the board. Deployment is frontline assault. Blood Angels chose to go at this end. So it's like a shallow wedge here. So that's the edge of the Blood Angels deployment zone. Running across to there, that's the tip of their deployment. We've moved this dead Terminator into the centre of the board. Someone's killed him. Blood Angels making accusations. AdMech claiming they haven't killed him, but maybe that's the idea of this argument between these 2 factions. So we'll let him be the central objective. Then Aaron's placed, or I placed the next objective, that's this one just here. Then Aaron placed the 3rd objective just tucked there behind that container. It's very restrictive where the objectives can go. The 2nd and 3rd objective have to be 18 inches away from the middle one, and then they also have to be 12 inches away from any of the deployment zones. It's really only this sort of area on either flank that objectives could be placed. But this will be a fight for the middle ground here, which in a way will suit both sides. Blood Angels can afford to be objective, they can push forwards, but they'll need to focus on controlling these objectives during the game. First Blood, Slay the Warlord and Linebreaker available in this mission. And then Ascend is the special rules here. So at the end of your turn, if you control an objective, you get 1 point. If you have a character on an objective, then no matter how many other models are nearby, the character means that you control the objective. And if a character is sitting on top of an objective, for consecutive turns, then you get bonus points. So if a character's sat on the central objective for a 2nd turn, you get 2 points. A 3rd turn, it'll be 3 points, and so on. So it's all about getting characters into the middle of the table and dominating these objectives to see the game through to victory. Expect a vicious fight here as both sides fight for the middle ground. So what we do now is start alternating placing units on the board, and then we'll get deployment complete. Alright, so the battle mat they're using in this game, it's one of the newer mats from GameMat.eu, so it rolls out nice and flat, 6x4 in size. It's this mouse mat material here. Simply roll the battle mat out on a flat surface, and then we add in our terrain, sprinkle some stones, lichen around just to blend the whole thing in. And then the terrain here, it's a mixture of GameMat.eu terrain, some Games Workshop stuff, and then also the new MDF terrain, Mad Gaming terrain, a set from them as well. So these buildings here which have been painting up, that's GameMat.eu from their industrial terrain set. And then the newer terrain we're introducing here, it's the MDF terrain. This is the Hablock set available from madgaming.com. That is a starter bundle set there. It's all magnetised, so I've gone for this configuration here. I've double stacked one of the buildings as well. But check out the channel for tutorials for painting both these sets up. This set here from GameMat.eu, and then also the new tutorials for assembling and painting the Hablock terrain sets from madgaming.com as well. Alright, so deployment complete. Blood Angels are finished first here by quite a few units actually. Aaron's just placed the last of his units on the board. Units split all over the table here from one side of the board to the next, really with the scenario here. And got a good theme developing. We've swapped out the objective markers, we've kept him there. Taken the Space Hulk, dead Blood Angel that sits on the throne. He's just tucked in there, and across here the cat, the CAT from Space Hulk, has replaced that objective. So nice themed objective markers here for this fight. Blood Angels have completed their deployment first. These two Storm Ravens couldn't quite tuck them in the corner. You have to keep the model so it's not hanging over the edge or hanging over the edge of your deployment zone. The Death Company inside here, Thunderhammer Terminators inside this one. They have put the Teleport Homer just tucked in there if they need to make a redeployment. Unit of Intercessors just hiding behind the containers. Scouts have infiltrated in and have virtually claimed that objective on the Blood Angels' right-hand flank. Scouts deploying slightly ahead, ready to move out onto this objective. Unit of Intercessors, and I've put 4 characters in the middle here. The Chaplain, Lazarus Stormhammer, the Captain, the Lieutenant, Abraham, and then also Bravo Kabulo as well. The Storm Raven gunships can fly by and pick them up, or I can keep the characters on the ground to try and sit on top of these objectives. Just have to adapt slightly here in this game, just for the nature of this scenario. And then on the left-hand flank, I'm going to try and go after, or make a bid for all 3 objectives. I think Aaron plans to do the same. Intercessors just here, great to see a Primaris units for the Blood Angels to fight on foot. Character here, it's the Librarian Dreadnought, just tucked behind. Then Unit of Scouts has infiltrated on the left-hand flank, ready to move onto the left-hand objectives. So Blood Angels spread all across the board. No deep strikers, all their units are on the table. I'll go around the other side now and take a look at Aaron's deployment. So that's the view that the AdMech have across the board. You can see the 2 Blood Angels flyers just over on the AdMech left-hand flank. Taking up position here, Belisarius call one of the Tech Priest Engine Seers, the Dune Crawlers, all 3 of them. Then to act as bodyguard unit here, it is the Rush Stalkers. There's another Tech Priest Engine Seer just here. The Dragoon getting ready to move out. Both sniper teams up on top, and they have an excellent commanding view across the board. And then here a unit of Rangers, another unit of Rangers. The Knights taken up almost a central position here, getting ready to move across the board. Unit of Vanguard just next to it on the right hand side. And then here is the Servitor Maniple formation. So the Destroyers, the Tech Priest Dominus, and there's the Servitors just tucked in the corner. And then finally on this flank is the last Dragoon. So deployment is complete now for both sides. Aaron does have a reserve. It is the Infiltrators, that unit of 10, which can turn up turn 2 onwards. All right, so deployment is complete. Blood Angels get +1 here to see if we go first. I'd love to go first here and teach the AdMech a lesson, but we'll see. After you, so it's 2 Imperial sides, nice and polite, and Aaron's rolled up. Oh, for Sanguinius. Oh, it's a 3. You don't even need to ask the question. I'll roll here to see if we can seize initiative. It's a 5 close. Oh no, okay. Tough one for Blood Angels because Aaron's got some blistering firepower available. We'll see if the Blood Angels can weather the storm. Go on to turn 1. The AdMech will go first in this Ascension scenario. Turn 1 coming up for the forces of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Okay, so we're on turn 1 here. As I have paid 2 points for prepared positions. It's not going to help the flyers out. They don't benefit from that, but all the other units will now count as being cover. The scouts will get a 3-up save. The intercessors will get a 2-up save, just to try and help out the ground forces here, to try and keep them protected as much as I can. And Aaron's just rolled up for Kenticle. Shroud Psalm's gone off. We get 2 rolls here for Mars with Belisarius Call on the table. So Shroud Psalm, Aaron's army counts as being cover. He gets that free of charge, doesn't have to pay command points for it. And then a 2. What does 2 grant you?
Litanies of the Electromancer, I think it is. It's the D3 mortal wounds.
Oh, that one where you... It's not going to affect anyone. Okay. Right, so we'll let Aaron make his moves here. But this game, the focus is the central objectives. That's going to be the key part of this battle. Right, so movement complete here. For the Admech, you can see the banners fluttering in the wind. So the wind's headed in this direction. You can see by the way these banners are flowing here. So the Admech can smell the sweat from the Blood Angels here as they prepare to head towards them. But Admech making the first moves here. So Rangers pushing forwards. No advanced moves made anywhere here for the Admech. Just steady advancing taking place. Shifting to the right here with this whole back line. Belisarius Call giving the instructions to move the Dune Crawlers along. Snipers holding position. This Dragoons push forwards and is contesting that objective. But the Blood Angels, for now at least, have scouts just hidden behind there. They're troops. So they count as holding that objective for now at least. Pushing forwards here with the Rush Stalkers. One of the Tech Priests engines here is moving ahead as well. Then the Rangers, they're actually in the first level here, so they're just tucked in, so I put them on the roof for now, but they actually are inside the building and fire out the windows. The Knights move forwards here, striding across this compound, and on this flank a general advance taking place by all of these units, and you can see the Dragoon on the right hand side swinging round as well. So Admech in strength going after this objective. Not so much the central objective, that's where the Blood Angels have most of their nasty characters, but here in strength as well on this flank also. So pincer move here from the Admech as the Blood Angels brace themselves now for some shooting to take place. The big question, can the Stormraven gunships survive, or one of them or both of them be brought down? We're going to firepower next, the Adeptus Mechanicus. Alright, so we're on shooting phase here. Aaron's just lining up snipers against my flying Blood Angels here. You can pick on these characters across here. You can pick on any unit he wants here. So it's characters he's got his eye on at the moment. The Lieutenant's a target. It's Lieutenant Abraham or Lazarus Dawnhammer. If Aaron's able to bring him down, that would be glorious for the Admech as well. But we'll see. We'll see what target he elects to go after. Right, he's going greedy here. He's going to go after Lazarus. So 2 shots with the first unit. Now that unit on the end is within range of Belisarius Call, so this is going to get re-rolls to the hit rolls here. So 3s for hits. And that can be re-rolled. 2 hits come through. Strength 7. It's going to be 3s to wounds. 6s will be great. The 2 wounds make it through. We're going to take our 3+ invuln save for the Storm Shield. And we pass one, fail another. I'm going to... Oh, no, this puts me under pressure. Do I save the reroll for other units? D3 wounds. I'll let it go through. D3 damage. It is 3 wounds. 5+, feel no pain though. And we ignore 1. 2 wounds taken. Lazarus has been wounded here. Okay, so that's those 2 shots done. Just check the galvanic rifles, 30-inch range, can't see or out of range of any other targets. So the next 2 snipers.
Same target?
No, they're going to go after Lazarus here. 2 2s and out of range of Belisarius Call. That's 2 misses. Okay, the shots whiz past the captain here, but he has survived. Galvanic rifles will be...
2 of these guys can see...
I've already checked. Can see the scouts.
Yeah.
Yep.
This
Okay.
guy's gun tip here.
Okay. 2 shots to the galvanic rifles. They've got a view to the scouts, and they've missed on 2 2s as well. All right. Next is a squad of Rangers just here. Galvanic rifles, and then the arc rifles as well. They're going to go into the Primaris Marines. This squad of 5 that's shielding the characters. So should be 5 shots of galvanic rifles. They're out of range of Belisarius Call, so it's going to be 3s for hits here. A load of 1s. 1 hit comes through. 4s for a wound. No, okay, and then 2 shots with arc rifles. 1 hit comes through with 3 to wound at strength 6. Yes, it's AP -1. So at 2 up save, -1. Passed. Okay. This squad here next, again, 5 galvanic rifle shots going into the intercessors. And 1 hit comes through. That goes through, and a 6 is an extra AP -1 actually when you wound. So it's going to be a save of 3+. Passed. Yep, because galvanic rifle, that's fine. Yep, and then 2 shots with the arc rifles. 1 hit comes through, and then Aaron's just rolled to wound, and it was a 2, so it hasn't wounded. Okay, so the new units here, the intercessors drawing attention, but no damage caused on them so far. Okay, so here we go. Moment of truth. The anti-aircraft firepower is about to begin. Death Company inside this Storm Raven and the Thunderhammer Terminators inside here. Aaron's going to go after this one first. It's going to be the end Dune Crawler just here. It can see through, so it's the Icarus array here. So Daedalus rocket launcher hits, falls for a wound. AP -3. So we'll take a 6 up save, which we fail. I'm not going to command reroll that, so here comes the damage. It's straight D6, 2. Does he reroll at this stage? 2 damage, knocking us down to 12 wounds.
Yeah, I'll reroll that.
He's greedy. He's a greedy boy. Here it comes. Dies a 4. 10 wounds left all of a sudden on the first Storm Raven gunship. Okay, I'd love to keep these alive just to show you what they can do, but let the dice decide here. So Gatling rocket launcher, 5 shots. Aaron can reroll anything that's 3 or 2 or less.
3 or less.
That's right. Yes, so it's hard to hit, so 4+, and then +1 to the hit rolls against targets that can fly with the Icarus array. So those are all hits. 5s to win, though. Oh, here come the good dice out. 2 6s and a 5. AP -2, so we will take 5 up saves. Nope, and that's 3 damage in total, just 1 damage at a time. It's down to 7 wounds left. Now it's the auto cannons, 4 shots. Reroll those 2. Okay. This is very, very good firepower. The damage has been excellent so far. 2 wounds come through. It's AP -1. 2 saves are 4+. I'm going to command reroll that one. I may as well at this stage. No. 2 more wounds taken. Down to 5 wounds left. At this rate, Storm Raven gunship's going to come down here. We'll go on to the second Dune Crawler.
Same target?
Same target. Here it comes. That's the Daedalus missile here. It wounds. AP -3. I need a 6 for Sanguinius. Got it. Okay. Gatling rocket launcher next. That one can be re-rolled. They've all hit here. This is Belisarius called directing the firepower. 5s to wound. Another 3. Well done. 5 pluses to block. None. 3 more wounds taken. Down to 2 wounds left. Oh, the agony here. Auto cannons. Just 1 success needed to finish the Storm Raven gunship off. 3 hits. 4s to wound. Just the 1. And it's a 50-50 chance to keep this thing alive. No. Oh, it's down. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay, we'll see if we explode. No. Alright, Storm Raven gunship destroyed. Alright, so 1 Storm Raven gunship down. Terminators rolled up for them. No casualties taken. Deployed within 3 inches before the model was removed, so they've deployed just here. There is the home beacon, so we could relocate later on, or we may just start an on-foot advance across the board with them. There is 1 Dune Crawler left. Second Storm Raven gunship. Here we go. Daedalus rocket launcher.
Hit.
It's a good hit. Nice wound. Just showing off now, Aaron. 6 to block. No, D6 damage. 4, well done. Down to 10 wounds left on this Storm Raven gunship. Gatling rocket launcher.
Burn that.
Fives to wound. 2 come through. 5 pluses to block. Block 1. So it's 5 wounds taken so far. It's down to 9. 4 shots of the Autocannons.
Another one.
Okay, and then falls to wound. Strength 7, toughness 7. Triple 4. 4 pluses, so there's trouble. No, triple 3. Blasted Tau dice. 6 damage taken. Autocannons blistering. Oh dear, 3 wounds left. Oh boy. Okay, and that's the Gin Crawler's finished. Okay. Oh boy, a blistering display of firepower from those anti-aircraft weapons. So, Aaron, turn 7, you're a dead man by the time we walk across the pool to try and reach your back line. Okay, so we've still got the Imperial Knight to go, and we've still got the destroyers with their firepower as well. This is exactly how the AdMech have worked in the previous game. Just a great option for firepower with them. And Blood Angels in shock at the moment. They've almost lost both of their flyers and much of their firepower. All right, so Aaron's going to fire the destroyers. The Cataphron destroyers, range 36 with the heavy arc rifles. One of them is going to fire through to this squad. You can see through the gap. One of them can't see, and the other 4 are going to go after this unit of intercessors here. Aaron sees the need to get rid of those heavier infantry here that the Blood Angels have. So 2 shots going after this squad here, needing 4s. Double 6. 3s to wound. 1 wound comes through. It's -2, that weapon, I think. I'll roll up here. I can see we get a 4+.
It is, yes.
We don't. You've got me. D3 damage. Yep, 1 intercessor gone. 8 shots now going after these intercessors. Aaron gets the hits. Oh boy. You can reroll ones if the Tech Priest Dominus is nearby.
Which he is.
It is, yeah. So, yeah, great. So reroll ones, yeah.
Okay.
And it's going to be 3s to wound. That could have been a lot worse. Just the 1. And we'll try and make a save here at 4+. No, D3. Just the 1 wound taken. Okay, this is a chance now for the Knight to shine. The thermal cannon, because of range, you can't reach the Storm Raven gunship. It's going to put the firepower into the intercessors just here, and the heavy stubber, and then the rocket pod on top will try and finish off the Storm Raven gunship.
Okay, so that's almost pure D6.
Yeah, D6 shots, here we go. With the thermal cannon, 5 shots. Oh, you could wipe out a squad of intercessors here. 3s for hits. Oh no, not a quadruple 2. 2s for a wound.
Yeah.
Yes, and then damage is D6. Got him. Alright, so picked off another intercessor. Could have been a lot worse. So we'll remove this one from play, just keeping the grenade launcher alive. And 3 shots. Needing 4s. 1 hit. Oh no, please. 3s to wound. No! And that's it, isn't it? No rerolls.
That's it, but just the rocket pod then.
Sorry, I thought it was firing the rocket pod across here. It was just the heavy stubber. So what have we got hit so far with the heavy stubber? Nothing. Nothing's come through. Okay. Oh dear, so we have to go through the agony of this again. All right, 3 shots with the rocket pod on top. Needing 4s. Oh, blast! Are you sure you want that to be the...
Yes, I think that...
Right, okay. Okay, here it comes. 3s to wound, 2 make it through. I think it's AP -3. Oh, no. Double 6.
-2.
It's -2.
Yeah.
5s and 6s. Come on, Sanguinius. No, 2d6 damage is gone. Unless you roll double 1. 8 damage. No, Storm Raven gunship's gone. And we'll see if we explode. We don't. Death Company inside. 1s. We lose 1. We'll lose 1 with a chainsword and bolt pistol. The other 7 emerge. A 6+. Because it's Death Company. Haha, emerges. 8 of them emerge from the downed flyer. But both Eagles are down now here for the Blood Angels. The rest of the game will have to fight on foot, apart from the ones that can jump around the board. This changes things significantly. Blood Angels certainly not out of the fight, but a deadly blow here. They've just lost 650 points worth of models. All right. That's the situation. And maybe next time we'll get to go first, but that's the gamble with this Blood Angels list and the Storm Raven gunships. If we'd have gone first with these, their firepower with the Devastator Doctrine and the help of the Lieutenant and the Captain could have been deadly here. Could have been a different story, but turn 1 has gone to the AdMech and they've made the most of it for sure. That's your end of your shooting. What a way to finish. Okay, well done. No charges. So you're going to maybe go for a charge around here. You don't have to see the target to charge. And that taser lance could cause some trouble for the scouts. We'll let Aaron make his mind up here what he wants to do. Possible charges coming up next. Fight phase. Okay, here it comes. Aaron's made the charge. No damage on Overwatch. We could see the tip of the lance, so we were able to shoot at the target. Aaron's made it in. He's going to play Conqueror, Doctrine, Imperative. Down to 9 command points here. Both sides have plenty of command points left in this game. 3 attacks. 4 pluses. Each hit will be 3 hits.
Okay.
So it's going to be 5. 5 hits come through. You'll be on 2s to wound. So you could wipe out the scouts here. They've all wounded, and it's AP minus, be -1. So we actually get a 5-up armor save. Sergeant survives. Okay, so excellent result there. We'll fight back. So Sergeant getting 2 attacks, chainsword, and then shock assault. 3s to hit. Not too bad. He gets 3 hits. He was charged. He gets red first here, so forced to wound. And just the 1 wound comes through. No minus at all here. It's Devastator Doctrine at the moment. And armor save passed. Well done. Okay, so a bit of morale to resolve across the board. And then that'll be the turn finished here for the AdMech. It's been impressive from them on turn 1. Yeah, leadership fine. A Nation of No Fear helped out there to keep that scout alive. We're a troops choice. We're going to deny Aaron the objective just across there. Both our models in range, but the scout is troops, and no other objectives picked up. Units destroyed though. Aaron will get first blood here in this game. So we'll go on to turn 1 now for the Blood Angels. Got to think we've lost a lot of our firepower and mobility across the board. Our nasty close combat units are now on this flank. But all is not lost here. We still have plenty of resources to call upon. Revenge is the word as we go into turn 1 for Blood Angels. Their turn coming up next. All right, so movement on turn 1 here for the Blood Angels. We're going for the knight here. Going to try and take it down. So move here by Lazarus. Coming across, and then Abraham was further to the left, so he's jumped ahead. The Terminators, end of our movement phase, we've made use of the Teleport Homer. It says that we have to move in 6 inches of the Teleport Homer to move, and then that's it. It doesn't say in the rules that we have to be over 9 inches away from enemy models. So I reckon about 8 inches away here. Potential charge could take place here from the Terminators. The Librarian Dreadnought moving up as well. Scouts moving across. They now have control of this objective. Intercessors pushing through also. We made an advanced move with Kabulo. Rolled a 6 for him. He has gone all the way across to here, and he's restored 2 wounds on Captain Lazarus, back up to full strength with him. Scouts have held position just to get 2 shots each of their rapid fire weapons. Intercessors are pushed ahead. Intercessors behind here have gone on top. The Death Company have pushed forwards, getting ready to charge. The Scouts remained in close combat. And then across here, the Chaplain's made an advanced move. Rolled a 6 for him as well. So he's run across in this direction to link up with the Death Company. It's the fight for the middle ground. Blood Angels don't look like they're giving up here at this stage. We'll go on to their psychic phase next. Okay, so I've got 2 powers here. I'm not going to go for Smite. I'm going to play Quickening first of all. So it's a 7 if this goes off to give us a bonus. It is a 7. There's no ability to block here from Aaron. So that means we're going to get +3 to our advance, +1 to our charge move, and D3 extra attacks in the assault phase as well. Next psychic power. Wings of Sanguinius. We'll see if this goes off. A 5 required here. It is a 5, just about managed to make that power go off. He can now move 12 inches, and he gains the fly keyword here. Interesting decisions to make with this Dreadnought. He could move anywhere around the board here, so we'll think about what to do with the Librarian Dreadnought. Okay, so Dreadnought's gone 12 inches here. I didn't expect to do this move, but we've gone 12 inches, and possibly on turn 1 here could try and reach the destroyers. A bit audacious here from that Dreadnought, but that's usually what happens with him in games. He does crazy things, and he's swung out on the left-hand flank here. Flying Dreadnought's just gone past the Imperial Knight. Okay, psychic phase finished. Bit of a weird one here for the Blood Angels. We'll go on to shooting phase for them next. Right, Lieutenant Abraham first. New model syndrome. Aaron's just looking for his rotate iron shields stratagem here, so away that goes. Command point being used up for that. Okay, so we'll supercharge because the captain's nearby. Air order 4, we get the hit, and we don't wound, so that's failed. The captain is within range 6. He'll chuck a crack grenade, which hits the knight. And it does wound the knight here. AP -1. AP -2, it's Devastator Doctrine. So Aaron will take a 4-up invuln save. No. D3 damage. 2 wounds taken. Okay, crack grenades prove quite useful. Dreadnought next, Stormbolter, 4 shots. Going to go into the servitors. Just the 1 hit coming through. And no wound. So that's his firepower complete. We advanced here, so can't throw a grenade with Brother Kabulo. We advanced here with the scouts, so they can't shoot or throw a grenade. We've got these 3 intercessors here to fire next. So I'm just going to fire them upstairs into the rangers in the building there. Just need 3s. Good shooting. 3s to wound. 4 wounded. So Aaron gets cover with AP -1 with bolt rifles, so 4-up saves.
Save 2.
Save 2. Okay, 1. Drukhari Ranger brought down. Right, next, this scout squad here sat still. So heavy bolter and bolter is going to go into this ranger squad just tucked in here. So this is the heavy bolter. And in 3s. 1 wound comes through. AP -1. No, it's a heavy weapon actually, AP -2, but still 1 casualty caused. And then bolters that have sat still. So 8 shots. Need 3s. We're in range of the captain, so I'm going to reroll these 2. It's good shooting here, actually. And then I think we're out of range of the lieutenant. I think we are. Looks about 7 or 8 inches away. But there's some wounds coming through. 6 wounds caused here by the scouts as they fire through against the rangers just here. Aaron will take 3-up saves, though, for being in cover with Shroud Psalm. And it's certainly helped out. Just 1 more casualty caused. Right, so next, this squad here, not going to fire the grenade launcher, just going to fire all of them as the bolt rifle shots in rapid fire, going to go into those Drukhari Rangers inside the building. So we are out of range of our HQ choices here, so not going to get to any kind of re-rolls. 3s to wound. It's not bad here, this is the intercessors firing. So +1 for cover, AP -1, so 4 pluses. 1 more brought down. This squad here, it's moved. We'll fire into the sniper team. 5 shots. I could play a stratagem that they count as stationary, but I want to save my command points, so we'll leave it. 3 hits. 1 wound comes through. Just because we don't have many shots, it's not really worth it. And a 1's been rolled, so one of the galvanic rifles can be removed. It'll take a while to try and get through the 2 transonic arquebus weapons. Just there. As a pistol, actually, in close combat, we'll fire that now. Which hits and wounds. Scout fighting away, but armour save passed. These are all bolt pistols here, so nothing in range, locked in combat just there with the scout. And we're looking around here. That is about it. There would have been a lot more firepower if the Stormraven gunships had have survived. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch next. Okay, this game's shifted here. We've got some interesting results have taken place. So Lazarus Stormhammer's made it in, declared his charge, no Overwatch allowed, so he plunged into the night. Blood Angel's getting some bonuses here. Red First now grants you +1 to the charge rolls, so that helped out him as he charged, helped out the Terminators. They've made a charge as well, and I've wrapped them around so that they will protect, if we wipe out the night, they'll protect the captain and other units, staying ahead of the characters here to try and protect those. Haven't charged the lieutenant in, we've kept him out of the fight. We'll grant reroll 1s to the wound rolls. Kabulo advanced so he couldn't charge, and then surviving Overwatch just about. 3 wounds remain. 1 hit came through, failed to save. It's D6 damage against vehicles, and rolled a 5 for the damage coming through against the Dreadnought, but it has made it into close combat against the Destroyers. Breachers, it's a unit of Breachers. They've made it into combat just there, and the Death Company have charged in, but we are aware There's Rust Stalkers lurking in the shadows just through there. They may well be able to get their revenge next turn against the Death Company, but we just have to charge. We've got to go in here and try and fight for this objective as much as we can. But very eventful on this left-hand flank. The Blood Angels, their bloodlust is up here, and they've charged headlong into the Admech flank. We'll go on to combat resolution here. Got to choose wisely. Aaron can interrupt play. The Knight, if it survives the initial attack, Aaron may well spend the command points to let it fight before one of these other units gets to strike. We'll see what happens. This is going to be an eventful turn 1 here for the Blood Angels. We'll go on to combat resolution next. Alright, so tough choices here. What we've gone for is Red Rampage. We've played the points. We're going to fight with the Dreadnought first. We're going to try and cut down those breaches if we can and try and survive here. I don't think the Knight's going to clear all of these away. It may well cost us the Captain or some Terminators, but we'll see what happens, no doubt, when Aaron interrupts play here. But we're going to fight with the Dreadnought. I really want to try and use that model. So 3 attacks, +1 on the charge here with the new rules for Space Marines, and then D3 extra attacks for Red Rampage, so 3 more attacks, and D3 extra attacks for Quickening. Number 1, we'll leave it at that. Gives us 8 attacks here. The Dreadnought is at, we'll fight with the Halberd, 2s to hit. They've all hit except 1. 2s to wound. The Halberd is fighting at strength 10. +1 to the wound roll for red first. 2s. All wounded except 1. Okay. Aaron has paid the points though for a 5+ invuln save for these. So you need 5s. It's going to be 3 damage if these get through. Just the 1. That's 5 models slain entirely here because it's damage 3 with the Force Halberds. Aaron will remove them from play. But the Dreadnought has caused horrific damage on that flank. He's a psycho model, and he's gone nuts here on this flank here, seeking revenge for seeing the Stormraven gunships brought down. Aaron may well be able to cause enough damage to eliminate that Dreadnought, but pretty devastating on this flank. Are you going to interrupt play is the big question.
Sure.
It certainly is. A silly question, actually. Okay, so I think it's the Knight's going to fight, and Aaron can choose to fight the Terminators, the Captain, or both. Okay, so Aaron's going to put all of his stomp attacks into the Captain. Will Lazarus be slain here? So it's 3s to hit. Okay, 2s to wound. Well, there's a few ones. It's D3 damage a time, though.
So that is 6.
Oh, boy. 3+ invuln saves for this Storm Shield. I'll roll 1 at a time for Sanguinius. No. Command reroll this stage. Here comes a command reroll. Oh, plagued by 1s. May as well just roll the others. No, I'm dead. I'm doomed. Oh, no. 4d3 damage. Disaster has struck. Oh, your dice roll's superb. So that's going to be 6. 8, 9 wounds coming through. 5 pluses to ignore. A miracle required. And a miracle not quite close enough. 6 wounds caused. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Lazarus is slain. What a twist here in this game. It's only turn 1. And Lazarus is brought down here by the Knight. Alright, so we'll play it. I've got to try and cause some wounds on this Knight. So only in death does duty, and we'll see if Lazarus can help out. 4 attacks for the Captain, +1 because he charged. 2s to hit, -1 to hit rolls. 3s. Oh, no command reroll available. The Red Growl's nearby. It's going to give us +1 strength. So that means a strength 5, ×2, strength 10, 3s to wound, 2s to wound for Red first. They've all wounded. It's all -3 here, so 4 saves are 6+. No, not for close combat. Only for shooting.
6+.
It'd be -3. Yeah, 6s. No, none. 12 damage. All of a sudden, the Knight's down to 10 wounds here. Lazarus has been slain, but he's He's left this realm by almost... Well, he's knocked the knight down a very large amount of wounds here. 10 wounds left in total. Yeah, well done to Lazarus. Remove him from play. But he's helped his fellow brethren here by causing heavy damage on the knight. Okay, so situation here. There's a knight with 10 wounds remaining. As I have now played one of the new stratagems that's from the new Psychic Awakening book, which is Fury of the First. So I'm going to give these guys +1 to the hit rolls. No reroll ones now because the captain's gone. But 2 attacks each, 3 for the sergeant, +1 for shock assault as well. So that's all of these attacks. So it's going to be 3s to hit. Yeah, so we're discussing the rules here. I reckon with a -1 for Thunderhammers, but then +1 for Fury of the First. 6s are going to pop extra attacks here with Brother Kabulo nearby. So those are going to give us extra attacks. These will be misses, which we can do nothing about. So I'm going to roll 3 more attacks here. And they've all hit. The red ground nearby gives us +1 strength. So strength 10 with the Thunderhammers. Red first gives us 2s to wound. And Lieutenant Abraham is nearby. Perhaps with the slain Lazarus in his arms, collapsed back after being stomped on, whispering the last words here, a poem by Sanguinius himself, and he helps out the Terminators to get the wounds. AP -3, as Aaron needs to make 14 saves of 6+ here on the night. Oh boy, this thing's going to come crashing down here. Blood Angels, they have a sting in their tail now in close combat. Scary enough once they make it in. Just let Aaron, he's collecting dice. He's run out of dice. 6s, a load of 6s, but God, there's a good number of 6s there, but it's still going to be about 20 damage coming through. And does he explode? Okay, no explosions taking place, but the knight's been hammered down here by the Assault Terminators. All right, so combat resolved now. Clearing a path here. The wrecking crew pushing through now, but the Admech on this flank have been decimated by this furious Blood Angels assault, and all of this taking place on turn 1. There's another charging unit to go. It's on this flank now. It's the Death Company. They've gone in against this Dragoon. Okay, so we'll do the Thunderhammer attacks here. It's 2 attacks each, +1 for shock assault, and then +1 for red rampage as well. There's 2 of them. It's 8 attacks. 3s to hit. So we'll take away those 2. No, it's going to be 4s to hit here. -1 to hit rolls. So those 3 make it through. 2s to wound. They've all wounded. Aaron will take a 6-up invuln save here. 6 damage. And that thing is destroyed unless you want to use a command reroll. No, alright, so we'll see if it explodes. Which it does, and we'll figure out the damage. So it's 1 mortal wound to each unit. We'll see if you kill off that scout. Well, he's dead. I don't know what I rolled a 6 for. That scout's gone. Let's see if I can roll a 6 again for the Death Company. Nope. Okay. Alright, so 1 model lost from each squad. Okay, so combat's resolved across here. There's 1 left. Aaron fighting back with the Breacher. I reckon he gets 3 attacks, needing 4s. And if Aaron's successful, he'll destroy the Dreadnought. So chance here for the Admech.
Okay.
2 have made it through.
Strength is the Arc Claw they have?
Yes.
6.
Strength 6, okay. I'll see what Aaron rolls up here. We're 2 5s, it's going to be 2 wounds coming through. -1 or 2?
Yes, -1.
4-up saves. You passed both. It's going to fight on to next turn. Okay, and I reckon that's going to be the end of the turn here. So we'll remove the red rampage card. Wings of Sanguinius and Quickening remain in play. A bit of morale to resolve. Death Company will be fine. Just taking 1 casualty. And up here, a little bit of morale. I can't imagine it's going to be too much of a problem. A 2 is fine, and 4's fine. So morale resolved. Points being picked up here for the Blood Angels. They've secured that objective. They've secured this one, and they have secured this one here. So Blood Angels have picked up 3 victory points here on turn 1. Their aggression's paid off, and I have to say, revenge has been sweet for them here, as they have smashed through on this flank and caused terrible trouble for the Admech. Early days yet here in this game. It's only turn 1. We'll go on to turn 2 next. We'll see how the Admech respond to this Blood Angel's Bloodlust attack. Alright, so we're on turn 2 here for the Admech. You can see Aaron started to move the Rush Stalkers, 8-inch move from them. Looks like they're going to try and close in for the kill against the Death Company for this fight, for this objective. It's just tucked around there. The Blood Angel's throne. You can see it there, that's the objective being fought for over on that flank. Blood Angels control 3 at the moment. They have this one here in the centre of the table, not too many Admech units nearby. And then over here, they control this objective for now, but Aaron does have units that can move in to try and contest that. This game's far from over here, but so much has taken place. Both sides have lost about 1/3 of their strength. You've got the ace in your back pocket, though. That unit of infiltrators could turn up somewhere on the table, and that could tip the game in Aaron's favour here. So Blood Angels have got some revenge, but is it enough? There's plenty of sting left in this Admech army. We'll let Aaron complete the rest of his moves. Alright, so movement's complete here for the Admech. Just looking at the situation, the Admech, it's a very powerful army here. So Rush Stalkers moving through, just so many units of Blood Angels to try and deal with. Rush Stalkers pushing through. One of the Tech Priest engine seers on the way as well. That's a character who's going to try and control this objective here. Aaron has deployed the infiltrators. They've slinking back here. One of them within 9 inches to go after the scout's potential charge, or just over 9 inches away. The other 9 here to shoot up here. And Aaron may well play Wrath of Mars here, cause mortal wounds to try and wipe out those intercessors. This squad of Skitarii Rangers is pushed through, ready to try and fight for this objective. These Rangers here just shuffling forwards a couple of inches, but maintaining their presence inside the building. As now Aaron's also committed the Vanguard, pushing through against the Terminators. The Dragoons pushed around against the Scouts, and we still control this, but a potential charge here could cause trouble for that Scout unit. And then come around to Aaron's side of the board, Servitor slain, and the Tech Priest Dominus has restored one of the breaches back to play. And then the main gun line along the back here, ready to lay down some firepower support, as again shifted across in this direction, moving towards the middle of the back line here for Aaron's deployment. And then around here, snipers happy to sit where they are to try and pick off Blood Angels characters. So it's a deadly blow for the Blood Angels, but plenty of resources still here for the Admech. This combo is deadly here, even against ground targets, and Aaron has plenty of other options as well, and even some close combat capability as well to take the fight to the Blood Angels. The fight continues here. It's still very early stages. Turn 2 shooting phase coming up next for the Admech. Canticles, Aaron rolled reroll ones for shooting, and then also in close combat as well. Alright, 3 command points being paid. It's a combo of Wrath of Mars and Protector Doctrine Imperative. So it's going to boost their ballistic skill up to 2+. Aaron's going to fire 45 shots into the intercessors, and Wrath of Mars, 6s to wound will be mortal wounds in addition to normal damage. So he's got a fistful of 20 dice here. I'll start with that first batch. Just take that one out of the way. So 2s for hits And you're on reroll ones for your Canticle.
That's right.
So they've all hit. It's 20 out of 20 so far. 5's to wound. Strength 3, toughness 4. Then any 6s will be mortal wounds. There's a load of 6s here.
4 mortal wounds.
4 mortal wounds, and then it's 4, 5, 6, 7 saves to make as well. So we'll take 3+ armor saves, and we fail 4. So 4 mortal wounds plus 4, that is 4 models slain. Okay, 20 shots against the sergeant then. It's a deadly combo here. I enjoy using it, but it's nasty to be at the receiving end of it here. So re-rolling all these ones. There's a few. And again, it's 20 out of 20 here. So 40 shots, 40 hits so far. Just need a couple of 6s and it's all over for that intercessor squad. And they're gone. Squad wiped out here. A deadly blow. Excellent ambush has taken place. Aaron's not going to fire these across here because he doesn't want any scouts removed from play, creating a further distance to charge. We could see these make a charge against the scouts and cause havoc in the centre of the board. Great ambush here from the infiltrators. Alright, sniper shots next. They have a target. It's Brother Cabulo here. 2 shots with the transonic arquebus weapons. 2 hits. Well done. 3's to wound. 2 3s. AP -2. Oh, 2 saves of 5+. No. Got to command reroll one of those. Command reroll. Nope. 2d3 damage. No, Cabulo's dead. We'll just check the rolls. Surely not. Yeah, right. Cabulo's gone. He's 5 wounds caused. So we've lost him, a character, which is very important here in this game. But Cabulo is no more. Those snipers are nasty here. Galvanic rifles now. Going after the Death Company. All hit. 4's to wound.
2 wounds.
Yeah, 2 wounds come through. One's at AP -1. So 4 up. Yep, and a 3 up. No, and then a 6 up to ignore. No, alright, so a Death Company model slain. We'll take one of these from the front. Alright, so add model removed from play. We'll just mark him up from route. Those cards can go. So next sniper team, Galvanic Rifles, the same target down here.
Yes.
And then Transonic Arquebus going after Lieutenant Abraham here. 2 shots. Oh, no, reroll ones.
That's right.
For
Yep.
Oh, okay, you're right. One makes it through. You should survive unless you roll a 6. Okay. -2. So we'll take a 5 up save. No, nothing I can do. D3 damage. Ah, it's 3 wounds caused. Lieutenant's almost dead. He's only got 1 wound left. That sniper team deadly in this Ascension battle. We need characters. Aaron's picking them off here. It's a turkey shoot with those transonic arquebus weapons. Galvanic rifles now. 3 shots into the Death Company. Rerolling 1s. Very useful here for the canticles. And then some wounds. 1 wound comes through. 3 up save. Yes. Okay. Yeah, Cabulo's gone. There's a rule for him, the far-seeing eye. I could have re-rolled one of his armor saves there as well, but it's out of sync and he's out of time. He's gone. So still plenty of firepower available, and Aaron saving the backline gunnery here till a bit later. Plenty of infantry firepower at this stage.
Rapid fire, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all rapid fire here. So 4 shots with the arc rifles. Yeah, 3's to wound, strength 6. All wounded. -1, so 4 up saves. Pass 2. It's D3 damage, but it's going to be a slain model here because this one's already on a wound. So 1 Primaris model slain. Yeah, the pistol's range 12 actually, so that gets a shot, which hits, and it's strength 6. Yep. And saved. I think you D3 damage against vehicles actually, so it's just damage 1, but you've still slain that model there. Okay, and Galvanic Rifle, 6 shots. Not bad, this Guitar Infantry, can reroll that 1. And it's going to be 4's to wound.
Just a 2.
2 make it through. 3 ups. Passed. Okay. Right, Plants McCalivers. Aaron's going to supercharge. Just take the risk of rerolling. Oh, no, you're on reroll 1s for shooting. She may as well supercharge, yeah. So 2 shots at a time, just because of the danger of overheating here. 2 5s, and the other 2 just rolling up. There's a 1 which can be re-rolled for canticles.
Yep.
Generates a hit. Okay, so 2's to wound. 3 make it through. Always tempted to go for a command re-roll, maybe.
Re-roll that.
Here it comes.
Yep.
It's made it. Okay. So down to 2 command points left here for the Admech. So here comes 3+ Invon saves. Not on 111. Hold it right there. I'm going to have to use a command re-roll. I've already used it this phase for Brother Kabulo. So that's going to be 3 dead Terminators. That's another deadly blow for the Blood Angels here. Ouch. Oh dear, Terminator's busted. I've got no Sanguinary Priest to restore wounds or to restore models, so everything lost here if the Blood Angels will not come back in this fight. I've got a bad feeling that my army's going to end up looking like this guy sitting on the throne and this guy laying down in the middle of the board. Oh dear. Well, at least we've found the culprits here. At least we've discovered who's wiped out these Blood Angels here. It's this Admech force showing no mercy at all at this stage. Okay, Vanguard about to fire here. 18 shots with the radium carbines. So 3's to hit rerolling 1s. Decent firepower from the Skitarii infantry this turn. They're taking the fight to the Blood Angels at close range, and they are causing trouble.
Okay.
And now it's going to be 5s to wound, and 6s with these radium weapons will be 2 damage.
There's 2 damage, and that's it.
That's it, right, okay. So we've got to make some saves here of 2+. Just about. Okay, so they've survived that. And locked in combat across here against the Dreadnought. A bit of firepower potentially can come from the Tech Priest Dominus. Yep, so the Tech Priest Dominus is going to fire the Eradication Ray.
1 shot.
1 shot, he moved, so 3's to hit rerolling 1s. It's going into the Terminators here.
Hit.
Yep, 3's to wound.
No wound.
No wound, okay. Right, so...
I think what we'll do is we'll put these guys...
Ah, yes, another infantry squad. Yep, so they're going to offload all they have. You may as well fire the pistol at the same time. So 5 shots in total. Need 3s. Rerolling 1s.
So 4 hits.
And 3's to wound.
Sorry, 1, 2.
Another 1, yeah.
3 wounds.
-1. Got a wound.
6 rifles.
Yeah, here come the rifle shots.
Oops. Okay, reroll those. 5 hits. 5's to win, 2 wins.
4's to wound.
4's to win, 3.
3 made it through. One of them's at 6, so take a 3-up save. And 2 ups. Another one, there it is. Another slain Terminator. Here, brought down. Just the Sergeant remains. Shame. Wanted the Terminators to survive. Just 1 lone Sergeant left here. Good firepower from the Admech. So the back line, Onaga June Crawlers, their blistering firepower here still available. So this is a league game here. Situation at the moment, Admech seem quite comfortable in this game. They're a bit shocked by the Blood Angels assault, but it looks like they've rallied well. Situation with the Admech, they win this game, they should sail through into the final stages of the season, no problem. The Blood Angels, if they lose this game, it's not over. They'll have another chance in another battle to try and get a victory. So it won't be a good start for them, but it won't be all over for the Blood Angels for sure. But we won't count our chickens before they've hatched here. So Onaga June Crawler, it's going to offload the Icarus Array into the lone Terminator. So Daedalus rocket launcher. They need 4s now.
Hit.
Yep, 3's to wind. Strength 7, toughness 4. No. Gatling rocket launcher. Yes. Yeah, that's Belisarius Call helping out. Yeah. 3's to wound at strength 5. Just 1 wound. And not saved, just 1 damage though. So Sergeant left with 1 wound remaining, and then the autocannon. Or autocannon shots. 2 hits. Still 2 hits. 3's to wound. None. Okay, Terminator Sergeant survives. Right, next June Crawler, it's the middle one. It's going after these. So Daedalus rocket launcher.
Hit. Wound.
Wound. -3, so take a 6-up save. Nope, D6 damage, just don't roll a 1. 5. Okay, so 1 Marine brought down. And I'll change it to 2. This is the Gatling rocket launcher firing next.
All hit.
So 2 casualties here in total, sorry. Yep.
Hit.
3's to wound.
3 wounds.
And it's -2, so save 1. 2 wounds come through, it's another model gone. Just been painting these recently, and they're all dying. Yeah, they're the autocannon. If they shoot well enough, they'll wipe out the squad.
Reroll these 3.
2 hits come through, 3's to wound,
2 wounds.
2 6s, 4 ups. No, 2 3s, and it's 2 damage a time. Ouch, intercessor's gone. So you know, some people go for neutron laser. I like the Icarus array because of the all-round firepower. But last time we saw it bringing down flyers. This turn it's firing ground targets and wiping out whole units of Primaris Marines here. The one on the end here is going to fire at the Dev Company. You can see just about through to some of those models. So, Daedalus rocket launcher.
This reroll. Hit.
Yep, and 3's to wound. Even -3, 6 up. No, the damage is 1, so on a 6 would survive. No, okay. Okay, so another casualty caused. There is a new stratagem called Refusal to Die, but you can only use it once per turn. I was planning to save it for the assault phase. Oh boy, not that I don't think it's going to help too much here. Gatling rocket launcher, here it comes, 5 shots and even 4s.
Reroll the misses.
2 hits, 3's to wound. Yeah, -2, so 5 pluses, and then a 6 plus to ignore. No, another casualty caused. Let's take another Marine. So now it's 2 Thunder Hammers, 2 Power Swords left in the squad, and this is the autocannons. All hit, 3's to wound.
3 wounds.
3 wounds make it through. 4 up saves. Just save 1. Need double 6s to keep models alive. No, 2 more gone. We'll have to lose the Power Swords and hope that you roll badly for your for your charge. But 5 casualties taken. Morale may well be an issue for those 2 remaining Death Company with the Thunderhammers. And that's it for shooting phase. But it's been another impressive round from the AdMech. Focusing now on Blood Angels infantry, but you can see the damage that's been caused. Primaris Marines gone. That was my sturdy units destroyed, and across here, Death Company almost wiped out, and then the Terminators in serious trouble. Just the lone sergeant remains. We're going to charges and Overwatch next. I think the AdMech do have some charges to attempt. All right, so we're on charges here on turn 2 for the AdMech. Loads of charges here. No damage on Overwatch at all. The Dragoon is plunged in against the Scouts to try and go after this objective. Attack Priest Dominus has gone in against the Librarian Dreadnought to try and bring him down. And fighting alongside the breachers. Going to try and overwhelm the lone Terminator Sergeant, 1 wound remaining. So the Vanguard have gone in. Then across here, the Scouts have been contacted and charged. Was it about 11-inch charges rolled? 10-inch charge. So in they go. They'll lap around. If they wipe these out, they can then push on to the central objective here. A lot quicker than I was expecting. AdMech counterattack has been powerful here, but hadn't made it into close combat. Double 1 rolled for the charge. Command reroll. Another 1 rolled. So the Ruststalkers terrified of the Death Company here. They've not charged in, refusing to move with those Death Companies still there. Charge is finished here. Blood Angels looking in dire trouble here at this point. We'll go on to combat resolution next. Alright, Tech Priest Dominus is going to fight against the Librarian Dreadnought. He's rerolling 1s in close combat. All hit, yep.
Strength 5, I believe. Yeah.
5's to wound with the Omnicine X. That's very good. It's -2, so we'll take 5 up saves. 1 makes it through, and the damage is 2, so down to 1 wound left. Conquer Doctrina Imperatives. Yeah, here it comes. Okay, so that's the next charging unit. The Dragoon just here. That's Aaron's last command point, just been used up to use that stratagem. So, can reroll that 1. Yes. Okay.
So they all hit,
Mm-hmm.
but there's no exploding.
Yep.
That'll be all.
They're all wounds, yep. And it's -1 or 2. I'll roll to see what we get. We've lost here. We're gone. So we've lost 3. It's just -1, but 3 of those slain. So take those 3 there, and then Aaron can consolidate towards the nearest enemy models. So I've done it this way to stop Aaron from tapping into these here, but Scout's in trouble, taking 3 casualties. So Chargers have got this charging unit across here to fight with, and also the unit across here as well. The Vanguard fighting against the Lone Terminator. I'm not going to interrupt play here, I don't think it's worth it. So
9 attacks.
4s for hits, rerolling 1s.
Okay.
It's going to be 4s to wound. With your rad saturation rule, I drop to toughness 3.
Just the 1.
1 wound, don't roll a 1. Pass, the sergeant survives. And then across here, Aaron can make a piling move first of all, and then we'll calculate the number of attacks. 19 hits in total. This guy can't fight, he's too far away, but the others can. So 19 attacks, 3s to hit rerolling 1s, and 6s will pop extra hits.
Okay, so 3 6s in there.
Yep, so that's going to be 9 hits from them. And there's some 1s to be rerolled there as well.
Okay, so I need an extra 6 dice.
Extra 6 dice. Alright, so we've removed a couple of 2s. Aaron's had to resort to using Imperial Fist dice here. 3s to wound at strength 6. There's a load of saves to make, that's for sure. So
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 16, 17.
So that's 12, 15, 17 saves.
Yeah.
There's a drop dice, so I'll roll these ones. It's 4 pluses. We are wiped out even without those extra dice. So Scouts removed. Aaron can now place himself onto the central objective. So, I mean, what an ambush here. They've landed here, wiped out a Primaris unit, charged the Scouts, wiped them out, pushed into the centre of the table and claimed the central objective here. We're both in shock here at the sheer brutality of this fight between these two sides. The speed of the kill here for the AdMech, and the Blood Angels had a good run on their turn 1, but we're not even anywhere near the middle stage of the game, and we could be looking at a conclusion here at this stage. AdMech are on fire at the moment. They are storming onto the channel for Season 8 and causing havoc. They are wiping out anything in their path. Alright, so Aaron's had the run of it here. We're just going to interrupt play for 2 command points. Because I've got a nice lot of command points now for Blood Angels. Interrupt play for 2 command points. I'm going to play Red Rampage here as well. And we've got the quickening. So 3 attacks to start off with. I'm not sure if we get Shock Assault. You did charge me with a fresh unit, so I'll check that. But we'll
We're charged.
I was charged.
Oh yeah, so you get it.
I'll add it in. D3 for quickening, add another 2. And Red Rampage, add another 2 as well. Okay, so that's our number of attacks. We will put, fair's fair, we'll put, we'll do 4 on each. So your Warlord here, the Tech Priest Dominus, 2s for hits. They've all hit. We need to check the rules here, Red, first. I think I was charged, so that's going to make him go crazy. I'll roll 2s to wound here. 3 wounds come through. We'll just double check the rules here just before we proceed. Yeah, you charged me. You've made him go mad. So it's on +1 to the wound rolls. So it's AP -4. 5+ int 1 save for the Tech Priest Dominus.
2 go through.
2 go through. 6 damage.
Dead.
Dead. Command reroll. Command points all gone.
Yep.
Dead. Oh dear. We've lost the overall war, but that was good. And then try and destroy these destroyers here. 2s for hits. 2s for wounds. They were wounded. 5+ invuln saves.
Made 2 of them.
He's made 2. He survived. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, just 1 destroyer left. Okay, and then can you strip away the last wound of the Dreadnought? Here it comes. 3 attacks, needing 4s.
2 hits.
Here come the wounds. A 4 and a
4 and a 3.
4 and a 3. We'll check here. No, yeah, we're toughness 7 here on this Dreadnought, so no wounds come through and the Dreadnought survives. Okay, so a little bit of fighting back here with the Sergeant and fighting here with the Terminator, and that'll finish off the close combats. So the Thunderhammer Sergeant here, that's his attacks now. That's the hits. 2's to wound. Yep, AP -3. So 2 of the Vanguard brought down. Across here, tap the Sergeant in, and it's going to be 3 attacks in total, an extra 2 because we were charged. 3's to hit. 4's to wound, red first. Just the 1 wound comes through. So, save passed. Okay, so that's resolved, and resolved across here as well. So, combat phase finished. Alright, so combat's finished, turn finished, rolled up morale, no issue for either side. Death Company, they passed. The Lone Sergeant happy to carry on, and the Scouts happy to carry on as well. So Blood Angels, morale holds for them at the moment, but they have taken a deadly blow this turn. Points picked up though for the AdMech. Not quite in range across here. You've now claimed this one, so you do get that point across there. And we still, with troops, and still have more models on this objective. So AdMech pick up just the 1 point here on their turn 2. So turn finished here, looking desperate for Blood Angels. We'll go on to turn 2 for them. We'll push on and see what they can do in this desperate situation. Alright, so moving for the Blood Angels here on turn 2. Just trying to focus on picking up victory points here, as many as we can. So Chaplain's gone through, now secure this objective for that character. 2 Death Company with the Thunderhammers poised to charge. Then we've abandoned the central objective. Just these are a real nightmare to try and deal with. So the Lieutenant Abraham has jumped across to try and charge in against this. The Scouts holding position. And then the Intercessors pushing through to try and help out the Lone Sergeant for the Terminators, and then the Dreadnought fighting away in the corner against the last of the Breachers. That's movement done for Blood Angels. We'll go on to their Psychic phase next. Okay, Psychic phase complete. Smite went off, caused 3 mortal wounds. So Breachers are gone. We then tried to play the Quickening, but it didn't go off. Psychic phase is finished. We'll go on to Shooting phase next for the Blood Angels. Right, Shooting phase. It's been completed here. A crack grenade took out 1 of the Ruststalkers, so 9 of them left. Then a crack grenade from here, no damage, firing against the Tech Priest Engine Seer from the Chaplain. Litanies of Hate has been rolled up here at the start of the battle round. I did have to use a command reroll to make that go off, but he may well be able to assist the last 2 of the Death Company as they charge in. Then firepower from the Intercessors in rapid fire range, and -2 now for Tactical Doctrine being in play. 2 of the Rangers brought down inside the building. Pistols here, wounded but no damage. Plasma pistol, no target. And then we brought down 2 of the servitors there with the rapid fire coming from the Stormbolter on the Dreadnought. That is shooting finished. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch next. Okay, so charges have taken place. It's all gone according to plan here as the Blood Angels plunge in perhaps for the last time. 2 Death Company with the Thunderhammers have gone in. The Chaplains made it into close combat as well. Across here, the Intercessors have joined in the combat here to try and help out the Lone Terminator Sergeant. Lieutenant Abraham's gone in against the Dragoon, and then the Dreadnought's gone into the last servitor just in the corner. There's one thing for the Blood Angels, they have a number of characters behind other troops' choices, so that's helpful enough, but still Blood Angels very thin on the ground. I think we'll choose to fight first with the Death Company here with their Thunderhammers before... no, you can't interrupt play. Okay, so we can pick and choose our combats across here. All the chargers get to fight without any worry of the AdMech interrupting play. We've got 1 command point left for the Blood Angels. AdMech have spent all of theirs. So we'll fight with the Chaplain first. We're going to put all of our attacks into the Tech Priest engines here. So 2's for hits. They've all hit. It's going to be 2's to wound. And they've all wounded. So AP -1. I think he starts on a 3-up save or 4-up save. He starts on a 3-up save, does he?
He does, yes.
Oh boy, that's tough enough. Alright, so just 2 damage taken. And he's probably a 3 wound model.
He's 4-wound model.
4-wound model, okay, right. Tech Priest Engine Seer survives. It's the character we're trying to bring down here. But that was a good dice roll in there from Aaron. Okay, so Death Company next. Okay, so 8 attacks in total, 2 attacks each, Red Rampage, and then Shock Assault as well. I reckon I'm going to try and whack-a-mole the character there with 1 attack and put the other 7 into the Ruststalkers. I'll re-roll these ones for Litanies of Hate. It's not helped. 2s to wound. Aaron will get a 6 up invuln save. Yeah, so 3 wounds come through. So any 6s? No. Okay, so 3 of the Ruststalkers brought down. But I think the Death Company are going to be in trouble here. And then we'll see if we can take out the Tech Priest Engine Seer. We've missed him. Reroll. We've still missed him and he's escaped. He ducked just as the hammer swung around. Okay, so that's how combat's resolved. Aaron will obviously get to fight back in just a moment. Now fighting across here next in the centre of the board. Intercessors next with Shock Assault. Needing 3s, not getting any kind of rerolls. It will be 2s to wound note. And they've all wounded, so it's going to be 6 saves of 4+.
3.
3 make it through. Okay, so 3 of the Vanguard brought down. So Aaron will take off the regular infantry. Okay, just 3 of them left. And then Lieutenant Abraham gets to fight now. So Lieutenant here is 3 attacks. Shock Assault is 4 attacks. 2s to hit, -1 for Power Fist. 3s. Then it's going to be 2s to wound. Yeah, rerolling 1s for being a lieutenant. Yeah, they've all made it through. AP -3. So Aaron will take a 6 up invuln save.
Yep.
Nope. 3d3 damage. It's not quite good enough. It's going to be 4 damage taken. Come on, reroll. Here it comes. There it is. 3, 6, gone. See if Aaron explodes. If he explodes, you'll kill me. So well done. Not too bad, Lieutenant Abraham. I'll go 3 inches in this direction. And he'll hold back just there. Okay, so then the Librarian Dreadnought. 3 attacks. Extra attack for I almost said Sock Assault. Sock Assault. It's Shock Assault here. He's hit. He's a crazy character, that one. 2s to wound. So that's going to be 9 damage on the Servitor. He can go. He's become spare bits here, spare parts for future assembly. Okay, so we'll. He can push up 3 inches as well, just heading towards the AdMech line. So now we pick a combat. It's just the Lone Sergeant, so fighting away with 3 attacks. And he gets just the 2 hits. 6 up invuln to try and keep the Vanguardsman alive. No, alright, it's another Vanguardsman brought down. And now Aaron can fight back with the 2 that remain. One of them's a squad leader, it's going to be 3 attacks.
We'll put these into the
Primaris. Okay, here they come. Rerolling 1s for your canticles.
That's right. 2 hits.
And 4s to wound, actually, because you're within an inch.
1 wound.
Okay, 3 up save. Passed. Okay, so across here, Blood Angel's clinging on here, refusing to die. I have no command points left here, so Aaron can make his Cord Claw attacks first of all. So 6 Cord Claw attacks, needing 3s. Reroll 1s, yeah, for you. Okay, those have all made it through. He's rerolling 1s for his canticles.
2 wounds.
6s needed here, so that's going to be D3 mortal wounds. And it's 3 mortal wounds. We'll ignore on 6s, but it looks like you've just wiped out the Death Company here. No, they're gone. Alright, so that sequence is finished because the Chaplain was out of range of any attacks. Aaron's consolidated through. This character of the Blood Angels needs to be brought down because at the moment we count as holding this objective. Attacks coming through now from Tech Priest Engines here. That's 2 hits, isn't it?
Yep.
And 3s to wound.
3 wounds, -2.
4 up in 1 saves. Double 1, snake eyes, and the damage is...
2.
You just killed the chaplain with the Tech Priest engines here. Oh dear, I don't believe it. Okay, so he's gone. And now your character can claim that objective by moving through. And you've secured that flank. Well done. And that snake eyes there marks the end of the combat phase here for Blood Angels on turn 2. Points picked up. We're about to pick up a point there, but we not able to now. We do pick up a point here, just 1. This is the first time we've got a character onto that, so still just 1 point being picked up for the left-hand objective. So, turn finished here. We're going to add Mech turn 3. Now pushing into the middle stage of the game. Blood Angels resistance, not much of it left on the board. Literally, about 8 models left on the table. We're going to turn 3 now for the add Mech. Okay, so around this side here, add Mech movement. The slug line continues to move along the back. Here, just laying down firepower as it moves along, heading off in this direction. Pulled out of close combat here with the Vanguard. It's a great scene here. The intercessors fighting away. The Vanguard have pulled away. Blood Angels wondering what's going on, but there's a unit of infiltrators moving up behind, poised to charge. 8-inch move from them. Skitarii units, the Rangers here at the edge of the building, ready to fire down. This unit swung around to grab the objective in the centre of the board. And across here, this objective's now claimed, and a character sits on top as well. And the snipers, happy to sit in that corner. 60-inch range of them, able to shoot at Blood Angels targets all across the board. You could even snipe off the last wound on this guy here. We'll go straight on to shooting phase next. So did I put that thought into your head, or was that you had that? No, you had that lined up in your brain. Okay, so here it comes. Sniper team going into the Dreadnought. 1 hit. Oh, it's for Canticles. Yeah, this turn again. Aaron's rolled up fresh, and it's reroll 1s for shooting. No wounds though.
Okay, sniper team 2, same thing.
Okay, here it comes.
Can't reroll that, that's a hit.
Strength 7, toughness 7. No, forced to wound. The Dreadnought survived. So more shooting to come. Plenty of shots to be fired here. Yeah, this is arc rifle, arc pistol shots going into the intercessors. They do count as in cover here, on top of these barricades.
4?
Yeah, it's 3s to wound. So 3 up saves. 1 wound taken. So put that onto that Marine. Just there. Yeah, rapid fire galvanic rifles missed. You've got this squad here is available to fire as well. The same 5 shots. This is arc rifle, arc pistol firing. Rerolling 1s for Canticles. 3s to wound. 3 ups. Got him. So a Marine brought down. Take off this one here. Okay. Galvanic rifles next. 6 shots. 4s to wound.
3.
Yep. It's going to be 2 up saves here because we've got cover. Passed. Alright, so infiltrators, 50 shots from flechette blasters here. We're going to go into the Terminator Sergeant to try and bring him down, and then try and electrocute the 2 remaining intercessors in close combat.
So I have 20 hits.
20 shots. Just looking for that Terminator just to make a save of a 1. So pick off the last wound, and that Terminator will be gone at the end of that unit. Loads of hits. This is the first cluster of dice here. 5s to wound.
Okay, so that is 3, 4, 5.
Don't roll a 1. Past the first cluster here. So the next batch of 20. You're rolling all the 1s for Canticles, helps out a little bit. So it's going to be removed. There's a 2 in there. And then it's going to be 5s to wound. Strength 3, toughness 4. Back up to toughness 4 now, as the Vanguard have pulled away.
Okay, 2, 3, 4.
Don't roll a 1. Got him. He's gone. Sergeant dead. So they may well not get to fight in close combat here. Aaron's electing to fire at the intercessors now with the Dune Crawlers. So you may get to just poke their dead bodies with your taser goads here. So the central one's going to fight the Daedalus rocket first of all. Misses against ground targets. A reroll for Belisarius Hall nearby. It's a hit. 3's to wound. -3 to take a 5-up save, being covered. No, and it's d6 damage. Got him. Okay, just the Sergeant remains. Gatling rocket launcher. Rerolling all of those. It's a great base of fire the Admech have. And then it's going to be 3's to wound at strength 5. -2. 4-ups. No. Intercessors gone. Didn't even get to the auto cannons. So that's the last of the intercessors actually removed from play. So now it's the Dune Crawler at the end. The closest model you can fire into the Dreadnought here, even though it's a character.
Okay.
This is the Gatling. Missed. Hits. Yeah, I don't count as flying this time because I didn't get that psychic power off.
That is
no wound. Okay. Gatling rocket launcher. Aaron just hunting for 1 wound here to finish the Dreadnought off. 5's to wound. Got 2. Well done. It's AP -2. Dead. He's gone. Do explode. No. Librarian Dreadnought is no more. Good play here. Right, yeah, this is good. The last Dune Crawler here, closest model is Lieutenant Abraham. So here it comes. And he's only got 1 wound left.
Yeah.
That's a miss.
Oh,
no, targets that can fly. No! Wounds. 6 up. No, d6 damage. He's gone. And that's the end of him. Okay, do we continue the game with 2 scouts remaining? Okay. No, I think we're going to have to concede at this point here, but another impressive display from the Adeptus Mechanicus. They've set the new standard here for Season 8. Revamped Blood Angels list. It showed promise for sure. It was difficult. We didn't get to go first. We lost our heavy firepower. But then all of a sudden, a very quick flank attack here for the Blood Angels, smashing its way through. Broke through here, destroyed the knight, almost destroyed the breaches as well, and really cleared this flank, but overwhelmed by the Admech in the end. Okay, so we can end the game here at this point, at the end of Aaron's turn 3, but you can see the Admech have claimed this ground as their own and have driven the Blood Angels away. A couple of scouts will escape to tell the tale of what happened here. But great fight this one. Very enjoyable, the clash between these two sides. Vicious, though, on a scale that we've not seen in a while between these two Imperial forces. Both sides holding nothing back in this fight. So the result of this game will be recorded here for Season 8. Points-wise, it's actually 5 points each. Points picked up for objectives. We've both got Slay the Warlord. And then Aaron got first blood, so it's 5 points each, but Blood Angels still lose because they've conceded the game. We know that we would go on to lose, so we'll concede at this point. But there it is, a vicious fight between these two Imperial forces. The Admech went first, they took advantage of that, and they wouldn't let this game go, and they showed zero mercy here against their Blood Angels foe. Maybe we'll see a rematch at some point in the future, but in this particular fight, the forces of the Adeptus Mechanicus have given a brilliant display of firepower and indeed close combat as well. Great game. Thanks to Aaron Allen for taking part. If you like any of the armies here, check out the painting tutorials for both of these armies available on the channel. Keep a lookout for more battle reports here as Season 8 grows and expands as more factions join in the fight. We'll see which of them are able to make it through to the end stage of the season. Great battle. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time. Alright, so units of the game very, very quickly decided here. Honourable mention for the Dune Crawlers at the back. Steady, reliable firepower from them against any target that Aaron chose. They did very well indeed. The infiltrators. We saw them land here, wiping out an intercessor squad, then charged the scouts, destroyed them, pushed through onto the objective, and then pushed through in this direction. Didn't get to see them do too much because the game wasn't very long. It only went on to turn 3. But what we did see was very impressive. For the Blood Angels, I'm going to give it to the Librarian Dreadnought. Incredible speed from that thing. A complete psycho. He's there over at the dead pile at the moment, but an incredible display from him. Starting at this point on the table and ending up in the far corner in just the space of 1 turn. So excellent display from that character as well. Blood Angels definitely promising, and this list may be struggling against this particular AdMech army, but we'll see how well this revamped Blood Angels army does against different foes in the future. There it is, that's units of the game for both sides.